Morning. Hello there, guys. We just arrived in Dadan, Ikmah. In here, local tourist guide welcomes us in the receiving area and offered us with complimentary drinks and some local goodies. After a few minutes, they started the tour by discussing the history of the Dadaanite civilization.
Good morning. Al-Ula has more than one civilization, so Dadan is one of them. So if we look at the timeline, we are currently here in the 6th century. So that means that Dadan, older than the Lihyan Kingdom that's located in Hijra during the 3rd century. So why Dadan? Okay, so the first one is the lion tombs, that picture, and we will go outside and have a look. The second one is the excavation area, because Dadan is a live archaeological site. That means that excavation is still going on. Okay, so now we will go outside.
Then we proceed outside to continue the tour in the historical site, and the lady tour guide continues with her narration of the Dan history.
So these tombs older than different tombs. Why they called it the lion tombs? Because there are some carved lions above some of the halls. Why they use the lions? They use the lions because of two reasons. So the first reason could be because they were believing that the lion could protect them. The second reason, usually the lion symbolizes power. That means that civilization passed through Dadan. So one of them were the Ma'inian community. So when they passed through Dadan, they lived within the Dadanites, and one of those tombs were built for a Ma'inian person. We know that from the inscriptions that wrote about that tomb. That indicates that the Dadanite was a peaceful community because the Ma'inian lived within the Dadanite community.
We are quite far from the exact location, so all we can see is the rock mountain, and we need to use binoculars to see closely the mountain tombs. A closer look reveals skillfully crafted funerary monuments, including the seated lion sculptures that mark the famous lion tombs. Lions symbolize power and protection and may have marked the burial of an elite member of society, perhaps a member of royalty. These tombs are up to 50 meters above ground level, spurring the imagination of how they were carved without modern construction equipment. And one of the most stirring exhibitions is more than a dozen tombs cut into the red rock cliff faces east of the city. And we proceed to the south part of the Dun, where the excavation area is ongoing.
4% because they are using very simple equipment, not that equipment. So when they started to excavate, they focused on their temple and on their religious life. So these findings in the stage belongs to the temple. So some of them like part of their temple, like columns and walls. Here in that rock in the middle, we have a carved snake. Can you see it? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So this snake could be symbolizing their chief god because at that time they had several gods, but the snake one was the main one and called Dhul Ghaiba. Dhul Ghaiba means the invisible one. Or this snake could be used inside the temple to protect their temple. As we saw, the lion could protect the tomb, and here the snake could protect the temple. You can have pictures here, and then we'll go inside.
Discoveries of sculptural items through archaeological excavations in Dadan suggest that stone sculpture is part of the Dadan culture. As a modern-day visitor to Dadan, you will discover evidences of early civilizations dated back to 2nd century that flourished in the northwestern part of Arabian Peninsula.